Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this afternoon's ACAA men's basketball matchup between the visiting UNBSJ Seawolves and your hometown Madison. Ladies and gentlemen, this time basketball, please rise and remove your headgear and face the flag as playing the national anthem. Number 13, and next coach, Peter Vincent. Now, number 2, number 3, number 5, number 22, number 24,
And welcome back for game 2 of our doubleheader, the Seawolves and the Mounties here on ACAA.tv. Thanks friends for joining us. And my name's Dave Tingley. Introduce yourself, partner.
I'm Joe Huvely, happy to be here.
Thanks, Joe. We had a fun first session here. The Mount A girls with a big win over the St. John Seawolves. The Seawolves men's team now coming off a narrow loss to Stu Tommy's last night in Stu. Now coming here, facing off against the Mounties team that Coach Chavin himself worried about this one being a trap game. Big win by the Mounties in Stu the other night. This one down to 10 players. We'll talk about their injury issues here, but playing against this UNBSJ team's got some talent on the offensive end of the floor. There's where it starts. In for 2, Adam Lambert stepping to the key and laying it in. Minwoo Park at the point for the Mounties. Little horn set here using the screen from Ellison. Rashawn Ferguson, the first-year guy, having a big first season. Little inside out, Emmanuel Adunya. E-Man with the big 2. Starting things off for the Mounties. So Zmerjan Connors, the backcourt man, that's Brunn. Hand it off back to Lambert. Lambert, fourth-year guy, scored a lot of points in this league for SJ. Just a solid player. Brunn face it up on Ferguson. Ferguson shutting him down. Timmy Ellison with the steal. Back to Ferguson, and now Minwoo settles things down to the league's leading scorer, Noah McCarthy. Sneaking inside, can't finish, gets his own one. Blocked out of bounds by Connors.
Noah McCarthy coming off a 15-point game, and we mentioned Rashawn Ferguson having a great first season, coming off a 20-point game. Add 9 rebounds and 3 steals on that as well.
Including a big dunk in the last minute where he got a tee for hanging on the rim.
Love to see it.
Ooh.
Bank's open for him.
Yes. He called that one as well. I heard him. On the run. Nice little dribble handoff. Timmy erasing things. Around the rim. Keegan Thier getting that one set back. The kiss from Noah. Oh, and the steal from McCarthy. All the way, can't lay it in. Rebounded by Lambert. Someone's going to stop the ball, says Coach Chapman. Aiden Connors with the spin and the finish.
Good job making space in that low post.
Yeah, he's got some talent, does Connors. He's another guy that can go off. They got Lambert, they got Connors, they got some talent. If you're not on point defensively. 3 from the corner from Min. Whoa! Park from downtown. Having himself a season in his last year in a Mounties uniform. McCarthy and Park, absolute studs in the backcourt for the Mounties. Thier going off that screen, an illegal one. Back to the Mounties, but the biggest 2 of Noah's 15 points the other night, the biggest 3 came with 0 time on the clock.
Oh, yeah.
Buzzer beater to tie the game. 1 shot at the line to win it. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
You got to cash in.
And if you know Noah, as Timmy, can't finish through the contact of Thier. Ellison leaves it short. If you know Noah, there was nothing nerve-wracking about that situation for him. He just get me to the line so I can end this game, please. Exactly what he did.
Both ends of the floor. It's a second steal already.
Yep. E-Man long from 3-point range off the feed from McCarthy. And then McCarthy made sure to tell all the student fans about it on his way off the floor. This is my house, he kept saying, my house in Stu. The man the league loves to hate, unless you're a Mountie supporter, then you absolutely love him. Ferguson. Oh my goodness.
Incredibly athletic.
The explosiveness from Rashawn. Good gracious. He is just oozing with potential. As the season goes along, he gets more adept at putting the ball on the floor. He can make a jumper now. Not that he couldn't before, but his confidence is there to make it from long range even. Oh, stop and pop Connors. That was pretty. Little back and forth there with McCarthy. Nice move. 3-point lead, 11-8. So Mounties down a couple of guys. Briand, concussion. After colliding late in the game with a Stu player. Ellison, a little bit low at his knees there. A little chat with Minwoo. Need a little bit higher. Knocked away out of bounds. And of course, Jonas Monroe went knee on knee last week with a Mount St. Vincent player. Kept playing the rest of the game, flexing it, finished the game, but as soon as Connors, the difficult high arcing finish over Timmy in the lane. Connors off to a good start. 6 early ones. Minwoo to Ferguson, to Timmy Ellison. Minwoo inside to Ferguson. Forget about it.
Great post control.
Yeah, he catches it that deep now. Forget it. You're toast against the smaller guy. And Ellison gets his hands up. Forced that miss by Lambert. Going is Adunya. Okay, that one's going in too next year once the rims loosen up.
Break them in a little bit.
Right? We need some more dunks.
Oh, Rashawn's got you covered.
Yes. Timmy and Rashawn get to work on those rims. A miss in the lane there from Lambert. Again, the intimidation from Ellison. Ferguson hands off to McCarthy. Gets it back into Rashawn. Rashawn going to work. 6 early ones from Rashawn Ferguson. It's a mismatch right down inside for him right now. Nothing St. John can do. Those strides of his are so long. He's on the defensive end. He's going to attack. Oh, good. Well done, though, there from Brunn. Coach Chapman thought that was a foul.
Yeah, a bit of disruption on defense, but you still see that explosiveness. Turning that defense into offense, taking it strong to the rack, and 8, 9 times out of 10, he finishes that play with no problem. But some great disruption on the defensive end for St. John.
And that's where his game still has to grow a little bit. He's taking that contact at full speed like that and finishing through it. He's not as adept as he is at accepting that off 2 feet, going up powerfully with 2 feet and 2 hands. Almost impossible to stop already at the end of his freshman year.
And that sort of thing, that comes with time, that comes with learning the game, letting it come to him, but that raw explosiveness, that'll take him very, very far. And that athletic nature, just his pure sort of athletic nature, I mean, that'll take him very far. Once he develops that facet of his game, I mean, it's over.
By the time the Nationals are played in this building next year. And yes, fans, you haven't talked about that yet. We talked about it in the girls' game. Men's Nationals 2023-2024 edition in this building, Sackville, New Brunswick, next spring. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah, pop it right now so it's ready.
Ticket, keep your eye on them on social media for ticket information. You're going to want a ticket to this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the Mounties are going to have a team ready to play at Nationals as well. So breaking the huddle. We got some new faces on the floor. We got the hyphenate, Miles Haynes-Lacey, checking in. And Miles' minutes are really key to Mount A. We've talked about it kind of throughout the season. How he, not how he goes, so goes the Mounties, but when he comes on the floor and produces, Mounties are very difficult to stop. Their top 5, 6 are as good as anybody in this league. Little injuries right now, stuff like that. His minutes are hugely important. When he performs, they are tough to beat.
You hear it about teams. You're only as good as your 6th man. You're only as good as those first couple guys, the spark coming off the bench. And Mounty's got a good spark in a couple of players right now, and he is no doubt one of them.
And coming back from injury and new on the floor, Gabe Powder. He is a guy that this coaching staff is very, very high on as well, along with Rashawn. Hasn't got the minutes yet. He's only a freshman. Had a couple little small injuries, so he hasn't got huge minutes yet. But he is going to be a player. There he is. I just talked him up, and he got the roll. Next year, that won't be hanging on the rim as long. That'll be down quicker. That made me had my heart in my chest there a little bit, beating on my chest. But no, Gabe. I mean, a guy that size, like he can shoot a little bit. You saw him right there. Put the ball on the deck. The man is he's gonna be a guy I think next year is gonna take a big step forward for this team.
Yeah, builds that aggressiveness and stays smart. I mean, it's a road to success.
Yep. And Haynes-Lacey's the guy too. Last year, only played about maybe 10 minutes the whole year. They didn't have him in uniform for bulk of the year. They had at one point, Powder takes the hit, goes to the line. Good start for Gabe, but Haynes-Lacey was a guy that they kind of assumed might not even be on the team this year. And then all of a sudden in the preseason, he was scoring 20 points up in Quebec in a couple games in their warm-up tournament and really started the season off really well. And he's been a guy that he's up and down a little bit. You know, he's only in his 2nd year, first year playing any significant minutes. But when he performs well, they are just really tough to beat. And if you can get similar minutes out of Gabe, Powder 0 for 2 at the line that time, though. Oh, Min Woo almost came away with the theft there. Connors and Smerja. Smerja, he can shoot the ball, but he needs space. When he's guarded, when he closes on him well, his motion. Oh, nice steal there from Lambert. But Smerja, he takes a long time to get into his shot. Oh, and good defense there from Noah, forcing a tough shot, but a good floater there from Smerja. But he's got a big windup on that shot. It's a nice release. When he gets time, it's money, but it's tough for him sometimes to get that shot off when he's got a good closeout.
Right.
You know, because that slow windup.
Yeah, it's all about setting him up for success. It's all about his teammates working off ball, maybe setting a couple screens, and getting him a good pass to set him up to have that time, really fully extend that shot and get a good look from the 3-point line or even the mid-range.
Open with his feet set, he's in good shape. Little reach in there, over the back from Alex Areola, the first-year player out of Belize for the Seawolves. And the man, party in the front, business in the rear, respect that haircut, Ewan Robertson. Oh, you can't give Timmy Ellison that position, forget it. Little baby hook for 2, and the Mounties up 7, 2:44. Clock running first quarter. Ewan Robertson, new on the floor for St. John. And AJ Nash as well, new. Nice little baseline drive from Smurja. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws, so UNBSJ hanging around a little bit, hanging around.
Definitely hanging around. Sort of still trying to feel out this Mounties defense, which has remained pretty strong the whole time, but they're doing their job, getting to the line, getting some easy shots up, and they're definitely by no means out of this game. 100%, they're keeping up and exchanging blows with the Mounties.
Yeah, and this is a game where the Mounties, the Smurja misses the first. This is a game for the Mounties that they kind of expect exactly that. Coming off of a tough battle with Stu where they took them right down to the wire. A little bit short-handed. I mean, they're expecting a game here from the Seawolves. Well coached. Coach Peter Vincent, friend of mine, and Coach Ryan, Coach Paul Vaughn, pardon me, who's not here today. He also coaches the KV men's team, and they had themselves a long weekend in Sussex. My voice survived. Apparently Coach Paul needs a rest. But they are well coached. Ready for the challenge. Haynes Lacey, nice kick to Noah. Can't hit the 3. Smurja gets the ball ahead of Ferguson. Back on the floor for the Mounties. Smurja all the way. Lays it in. You got to stop the ball, boys. You can't get downhill like that. You can't start picking them up at the 3-point line. Pormon, D'Lo onto the floor for the Mounties. He's going to pop a 3. Short. Rebounded by Connors. Connors, only a 4-point lead here, Mounties. Smurja. Oh, tries the pocket pass. Areola and Ferguson in the right spot for the theft. Back to the Mounties. He's going to set a high screen for Noah. Noah wants a 3. Doesn't go. Robertson rebounds for the Seawolves.
Struggling a bit on these jump shot opportunities. It might be nice to shake it up a little bit, maybe try and get into the post, bang around a little bit, and get an easier bucket.
Oh, the rejection from Haynes Lacey. The hyphenate says no. Yeah, you're right. I mean, but no, I mean, such a high percentage shooter from 3, over 50% on the season.
Oh, not a bad shot for him at all.
No, but you're right. I mean, you gotta. Oh, and a nice take there from Smurja again. Making his way to the paint at will right now is Smurja. So Powders first. But yeah, if you're on a little scoring drought, you definitely want to get some touches in the paint if you can, whether that's off the bounce or you're letting your big guys touch it, because you've had some success with Ellison and Ferguson. Didn't block out the foul shooter. More shot opportunities missed. Areola gets that one knocked out of his hands by Ferguson. But a couple of rebounds given up Mount A off the free throw. A no-no for a coach. Pormon all the way to the paint. Ferguson collects. He even getting a shot in the paint. Pormon didn't finish it. All the gravity went to the ball handler in the area. Ferguson, oh boy, how's that not a charge? Looked like he buried his shoulder into Pormon. D'Lo took it in the chest. Coach Chapman talking to the officials on the way by. Getting all the way to the paint there was McCarthy, but a lot of traffic, and he's talking to Connors about it. Smurja finds
great pass.
Areola for a 3. Cleaning the glass that time was Powder. 3-point lead, 1 shot for the Mounties here to end the quarter. Guaranteed it's going to be either a horn set here or, oh, McCarthy wants a clear out. He likes the matchup. And he makes it.
Makes him pay.
3 on the clock. I was about to say, that's not the shot you want to. Oh, never mind. It's Noah.
When you look at number 5, he can do that.
He'll make me look dumb every time, Noah.
23-18 after the first quarter.
Yeah, and I thought that was playing with his food a little bit too much there. I thought, come on, Noah, get aggressive. He had a good matchup against Areola, big guy. Felt he could take him. Areola does a good job. No, all right, I'll just throw it.
We let him cook. Let him cook.
Come on, Noah.
But the Seawolves sticking around, doing a great job of keeping the same pressure, reciprocating the same energy that the Mounties have sort of set forward in the first quarter. I mean, 23-18, still anybody's game by any means. But if you're the Seawolves, you kind of look to come out, maybe get a bit more aggressive on some of these opportunities. They have some great jump shooters. I mean, Connors and Smurja coming out there and making some nice moves. But the whole team needs to be a bit more aggressive in their offensive opportunities, maybe in transition, push the pace a little bit, try to get ahead of that Mounties defense. And I think they could definitely stay in this game by all means.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're coming off, like I would say, a game which they battled a much higher ranked team right down to the buzzer. And so these guys have got a little bit of confidence. You know,
oh, yeah.
We're in these games. Again, young squad. We talked about it before. Really, only Lambert and Austin Brun with any significant experience. Look at all the ones besides these names. I mean, these guys are all new. And, you know, again, the key, keep them together. Keep them together.
Yeah.
Keep plugging away. Improve for next year. But they're talking to Coach Vincent before the game. He's not thinking about next year. He's thinking, hey, if we can steal 3 wins before the end of the season, we have a chance to get to that last playoff spot. And then, so look, they got bigger goals. They don't want to just settle for improving for next year at this point. They think that they can steal some victories here late, and their performances of late tell them they can. They played a close game against Crandall. They played a close game against Stu. They feel like they can knock off some of these teams. And after today, they only have 1 game against the Mount. They're done against Holland. And so they got 1 more game against Stu. They just played to a close game. So they're thinking present day, not future. And a guy like Lambert in his last year, potentially, he doesn't want to think about next year.
Yeah, you can see they're in attack mode.
He'd like to go to the playoffs. Nice pocket pass there to Areola. Wasn't able to finish. Adunya on the push. Powder spotting up for 3. He can stroke it. Misses that one, but Ferguson collects. Can't squeeze it though. Back the other way comes Nash. Robertson runs it down. Robertson takes Powder. Baseline, it looks like he stepped out of bounds. So fans, I was giving you the out-of-town scoreboard before during the girls' game, in case you're left over from the girls' game here. Just tune back in for the boys' game too, and you're wondering. Big fourth quarter for Holland, outscoring the Mount 34-18, coming back and stealing one in the Mount. So Mount now lost a couple of games. Areola hacks Ellison. Nice little curl action there for Mount A, but that's a big one on the women's side. That means your Mounties tied for the lead at the top of the girls' standings now. 10 wins. And I believe Holland, that's their 10th win as well. I don't know if it's updated. We'll look back later and see if it's updated. But yeah, big result down there. Lisa Bolander, the sharpshooter, with 32 for Holland, leading them to the win. Catherine Korovets, 26-12 in response for the Mount. And yeah, big result on their side.
And we see just a second ago, Ellison making both his free throw shots. It is such a great impact when you have a big man that can get up there. He can accept the contact, and you see he's moving around. He's making great cuts off ball to get in under that rack, make some contact, but also handle himself at the free throw line. It makes a huge impact to have that sort of offensive presence.
Well, Ellison, another guy that's improved so much since last year. Him and Haynes Lacey both just big jumps. Sometimes that happens to a good player, which is what's so scary about Ferguson. A lot of times good players, and I just jinxed the hyphenate there, talked about him. Oh, and Robertson missed the lay-in. Minwoo up to Adunya. He hands it to Ellison. Ellison.
Great pass.
Peter Vincent on the sideline felt that was a charge. And Haynes Lacey telling Timmy which line he tripped over there. Turn it over last possession, rubbing his chin too. That insult or injury to insult there. Lambert on Adunya. Oh, nice pass inside. Defensive breakdown. And well done there.
Wanted the foul.
Nash.
Wanted the foul.
Yeah, a little power dribble and went up against Rashawn. That's how you negate a shot blocker like Rashawn. You get your body into him. A lot of people think you got to get some space, but no, that gives the shot blocker the timing and the space he needs to block that shot. You want to get your body into him. The closer you get to a shot blocker, the better you are.
It's all about reading your defenders, see what they're giving you, and then adapt off of that.
Submerja. Hand off. Back up top to Limp. Little zone here from the Mounties. Adunya picks that one off easily. Nice play by Adunya. Gets his body into Lambert. Shields him off and lays it in. E-Man. Smart move there in transition. 7-point lead for the Mounties. Oh, nice little up fake there from Nash into the corner for a three to Smurja. See, he had his feet set there, had a little bit of time. Count it. 4-point game. Ellison. To Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey finds Ellison. Ellison. Good read from Haynes Lacey. Patient. Let Ellison get to his spot. Timmy laid it in. 6-point lead. Back two. Lambert now. Directed traffic. Smurja. On the bounce. Oh, and Areola. Ooh, that looked like Mountie ball. Areola was cutting into the place where Smurja was dribbling towards. That's never a good combo. That looked like it should have been Mount A ball. I didn't see it deflected. I just thought it looked like Smurja dribbled out of bounds when his own man got in the way, but staying here, 3 seconds left. Ooh, Robertson sheds him, comes up short though, but gets his own rebound. Now he's stuck, gets it back to Smurja. Smurja, close out by Adunya. Lambert gets his way to the glass. Doesn't finish, but he's going to the line.
Seawolves are keeping their intensity up. I like to see that. You like to see them playing at this pace. They're not letting anyone get ahead of them.
Well, listen, the Seawolves are it's the same, the same spot that the ladies are in. They're winless, but they've been playing better lately, right? Like they've been rounding into form a little bit. So what they've been working on, what they've been drilling, the system they've been drilling into their guys is obviously taking shape a little bit. They got some talented guys on this end of the floor, so what they lack is the talented size that the Mounties have. They don't have a Rashawn Ferguson or a Tim Ellison, so they don't have that balance. But in today's game, as Ferguson misses a shot from up top, in today's game, you don't need a lot of big size. If you're playing at a certain pace and you've got talented backcourt players, that was not a good play by Lambert. That was a little bit wild. And Adunya, a little layoff for Timmy Ellison. Running the floor at 6'10", laying it in. Lambert had a little three there. If I'm him, I'm shooting that. Looking a little bit uncomfortable moving it against the zone. Smurja had his time again. Feet set, had the time. Not a pinpoint closeout. Mount A paid for it. 31-28 now. We approach the halfway mark of the second quarter. Ferguson doesn't get the roll. Smurja. He's going to push the pace again. Nope. Directed a little traffic. Sending Nash through. There's the three from Lambert. Long rebound though by Nash. Three from the other side. Mount A can't clean up the glass right now, and that a little bit inexcusable with Ferguson and Ellison on the floor. No excuse to be pushed under the hoop like that.
Yeah, Seawolves are doing great at controlling the glass, and they're also doing great at not just pulling it back up and making maybe a half attempt at a layup, kicking it out, finding these guys that have space and that can make these shots, are comfortable making these shots from a three-point range.
Well, they don't want to get greedy, but that got a little bit greedy. And now McCarthy on the run, forget about it, and one. Noah, coast to coast with the steal and the score.
Takes a
Lead back
lot.
up to 5.
Takes a lot to control yourself going that speed.
Yeah, Noah has this tendency of looking out of control and being perfectly under control. I don't know how he does it, but yeah, he's great at taking the hit and finishing. His body control is second to none in this league. And he's a great foul shooter, as he proved the other night. Game-winning free throw with no time on the clock practically. I think it was .2 left. Really, Stu had nothing to go on. Into the corner, Connors, nothing there, baseline. Back out to Brun. Brun didn't want the three. He's gonna go right-handed. Cut off there by Ferguson and Minwoo. Nice defense that side of the floor by Minwoo and Rashawn. Nowhere for them to go. Timeout. Seawolves stuck 6 here. 4:50 on the clock. So fans, we haven't taken a look at the men's basketball side of things. So let's do that from ACAA.ca. And I like the job that they all do over there at ACAA.ca. Very good website. Oh, by the way, fans, to finish off our previous point, Mount A alone in first place on the women's side. Percentage points, they are 10-2. Now Holland and the Mount both 10-3. A half game behind them at the top of the standings. So your first place, Mount Allison Mounties ladies team. On the men's side, like we said, are tightening up. Holland at 9-3, the Mount at 9-3, Crandall and Stu 8-5. Mount A on 5 losses as well. Big win over Stu. Important game today. UNBSJ, like we said, they are looking at the standings and going, if we can sneak out 3 wins, UKC has a tough schedule in the King's College to finish their season. St. John's a little bit more favorable, so they're thinking if we can steal 3 wins, maybe we sneak ahead of them in the standings, and we're going to the playoffs. That's always a big thing. Even if you get your rookies some experience at playoff weekend, that could mean a great deal of them come their second, third, and 4th year.
And they've got the intensity, they've got the aggressiveness, and those are 2 of the most important recipes. Just stay in control of these games. We're looking at a 34-28 score right now, only a 6-point deficit. They're aggressive and they're staying in this game, but they're just one, maybe half step behind of taking control, getting in that driver's seat. They just need to continue sniffing out these good shots and stay tight on defense, control the boards, and they could easily sneak out this win. Yes. That's exactly it. Rashawn is so good at controlling his weight in the post, getting around the defender and getting a good look at the bucket or accepting that contact, getting to the line.
Yeah, his body control is getting better and better as the year goes on. That probably would have been a charge at the start of this year. He probably would have, followed more of that, given him more of a shot instead of just that gentle nudge that he gave him, which really isn't an offensive foul. But, nice attempt. I like the act by the Seawolves. When you got Rashawn, he's got you dead in the post. There's really only one thing you can do.
Sometimes your options are limited.
I don't think it was. I think it was just him finishing the contact again. Lambert, Ellison, out of position, trying to get the follow-up. Austin Dunn, 2-in finish.
It looks like we're going the other way now. And 9 points on the Mounties. They're pulling away just a little bit. Seawolves are falling behind just a little bit. They need to maintain that pressure that they're keeping on. Play through some of your good shooters, some of your hot hands. Smerja is one of them. Connors also knocking down some shots, making some great movements in their offensive zone. Play through these good shooters. See who your strong players are on the floor. Play through them. High flyer. Bit of a circus move there. And we've seen this. We've seen that move. Noah McCarthy taking it in the corner. We see on the other end now, great defense by Ellison. Looks like we're going to get a foul on the play, though. Seawolves definitely wanted one.
All right, fans, so we switched headsets, so I'm probably back. You couldn't hear me and only Joe for a while, so now it's probably me and not Joe. So, Joe, you and I will keep talking the same way, and we'll see if yours, no, I switched with him. So our sound people are working on the problem. So let us know if Joe's voice comes back into play as we go. So if you hear a pause, Rashad Skyen for the rebound, up and in. Rashad Ferguson going to work down low. He is running things, he and Noah in the steal. Going back the other way. We didn't let you know that Simon Tector had checked in. Worried about our mics here. Now he's got an open three in the corner. Bang! Simon says three. 14-point lead.
Great shot.
Second
Mounties
quarter.
pulling away a little bit now. Playing some great offense.
Oh, and the defense has been the thing, turning them over. Big time. Rashad skies for another rebound. Noah wants it. Tector. Shot fake. Oh, and turned it over. That's all right. He had that shot. Noah says, go ahead and take it next time, buddy. You just took one. So Tector hasn't gotten a lot of minutes lately, but he's got to play a little bit today. Lambert now. Little miscommunication defensively, who had who. Now they're back on point. Oh, Zamerja. Rashawn's intimidation factor there worked against the Seawolves. They missed an easy one, but able to collect the offensive glass. Timmy Allison's going to check out, and Min Woo Park comes back in. So a little smaller lineup here for the Mounties. Rashawn be the 5. Lambert into the key. Finds Connors open.
He's been hot from the three-point line all night.
Yeah, Connors is a player. Connors is another. Again, though, it's the only difference is Mount A, some positions, a lot more size. Tector with the turnover there. Lambert accepts the contact. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. So back to 11 here. SJ has a chance to squeeze this lead back down into single digits.
It'd be nice to go into halftime with a bit of a momentum boost. Kind of have some energy leaving the first half and maybe being able to capitalize on that going into the third quarter.
So all our friends out there in listening land, all checking it. My goodness, acrobatic finish there from Lambert. Back to 8. The Mounties have 8 seconds to work with themselves. 6-5. McCarthy. He's working the high screen and roll, and only the 3rd foul on the Seawolves. They've got 2 more to give. They'd be wise to use them with Coach Chapman now going to call timeout. Okay, now we've been informed we can hear both out there in listening land.
Oh.
Yay. No, we're good.
Amazing. Amazing.
Don't start with me, Ian Allen. Don't start with me. Ian been doing this stuff since before I got to Mount A and played at Mount A. So that's how long Ian's been doing this.
If there's an issue, you want him around.
Yeah, and of course he's blaming us somehow. It's our fault that one of the mics stopped working.
This guy.
Telling you.
But hey, listen. Calling a timeout, a good move. Mounties want to leave this quarter with a bucket. If they can even get a 3, leave into halftime with a double-digit lead. I mean, that really benefits them. Seawolves, though, if they can shut this opportunity down with some great defense, they can kind of leave with a bit of energy and hopefully capitalize on a bit of momentum going into that third quarter. They need it.
So SJ going into the break in single digits would be a win, given that the Mounties were on a big run, pushing up to 14 there. To go into the locker room, only stuck single digits will be a big victory, given that run in the second quarter. So Minwoo Park. It's going to be Noah coming to that ball. Shocking surprise. They had 2 fouls to give, didn't give one, and they should have. Noah says you made a mistake, people. You got to foul me. You had 2 to give. You didn't give one. Oh, I think pardon me, announcer's mistake. Or, you know, they only had 2 on the board. Apparently they missed a couple, and he put 4 up. So, anyway, I'm going to blame that one on the scorekeeper's bench. They didn't have a foul to give, and Noah made them pay for it. So, we go to the break 50-40. It is a double-digit lead for the Mounties. We'll see you back here in 15. And we're back, fans. We promise our headset difficulties are behind us, as long as I do what Ian Allen says. And Nathan Ayer, that's enough of your chirping from Twitter. But thanks for listening, as always, Nate Dogg. And Jerry Mumford and Paul McCarthy. Father of a certain McCarthy here for the Mounties. Noah starts off with Minwoo and Adunya. And Ferguson and Tim Ellison. Turnover to start. Rashawn stepped on the baseline. And Coach Chapman leans back and puts his head in his hands. Little head shake and then refocus, Coach. Connor's on the push. I gotta check my game sheet. That's Dove Khan into the game. I didn't see who scored that. Oh, that was Connors. You looked down at your score sheet for a second. And these guys get a shot up and a score. Dunya back rims it. Khan on the rebound. Now Smerja on the run. He's going to try to take it at McCarthy. Good D by McCarthy, but better O. Smerja got the roll. First 4 of the second half to the Seawolves, and it's down to 6. Minwoo. Ellison, he's going to try a deep one, and it's good. How about 6'10"? They can make a 3. Is that something that you like?
Don't mind that at all.
Back to 8. Did they call that a 3? I thought they called that a 3.
Looks like they changed it back to a 2.
Okay. Oh, stepping in there is AJ Nash. He went 1-on-2. Oh boy, you got to stick your box outs if you're the Mounties. In there, Brunn and Ellison intimidated into a miss, and Rashawn. Oh no, he just signaled to the bench that was a 3. They're going to change it. It's going to be 53-44 here momentarily. Ferguson gets it rejected by Connors. Ooh, not easy to get up and erase a Rashawn shot, but Connors, diminutive guy, the big rejection, and it is 53-44, so that was a 3. Ferguson goes right back at him. Can't finish. 17-5 in the first half for Rashawn to lead the Mounties. Brunn now swings it over. Khan looking for Smerja. Gets it against Minwoo. Thinking they got an advantage. Minwoo says, what advantage? Gonna have to rise and fire. That's what I mean. If he doesn't have space, that 3's tough for him to make. And Minwoo gave him no space. Baseline drive. Minwoo out to Noah. Noah to E-Man. E-Man on the blow by. Gets hit. No. Off of him, out of bounds.
Looks like it could have been a little bit of a foul there. Looks like he did brush through some contact.
Yeah, I think maybe the contact that looked from us, that he took, I think maybe that was the swipe down and the hit off his knee.
Right.
Looked like contact from our angle. Wasn't much of an argument from E-Man. Connors trying to get it to Brunn. Steal. Minwoo and Noah combined to take that away. Timmy Ellison like a wideout. Minwoo just kind of threw it up to him, said, here, you go get it, big man.
And he can do it. He's more than capable.
6'10", went up and got it. Oh, nice little back door. Boy, a little tight space on that back door, but Khan and Smerja made it work. 9-point deficit now for the Seawolves. E-Man, he loves that corner, and he makes it. E-Man is the man from that corner. Not sure how you don't call it a foul on that. That's twice now. 3 times. Took a 3rd hit.
Oh, and it's getting scrappy. It's getting scrappy.
E-Man in his ear. I don't know how he didn't get it through his head. AJ Nash, just a ridiculous series of shoves. 2 full-on shoves he didn't get called for. The 3rd chicken wing he did, and then E-Man kept barking in his ear.
Yeah, there's intensity
there.
And
then he decided to give a 4th push. Like, okay, you're bothered by the trash talk. I get it. E-Man's barking in your ear, so you get over it. build a bridge and get over it, big guy. I don't understand.
But if we can bring it back to the offensive possession last from the Mounties,
Yep.
I mean, there's never a bad time to talk about Min-Woo Park. All the things he's doing on the offensive end, he's always doing something. Hockey assist, has the ball, controlling it at the top of the three-point line, over to Rashawn. Rashawn sees E-Man over, open corner three. I mean, it's those sorts of plays that aren't going to get Min-Woo the stats, but it's you see him do all these things on ball and off ball, and that's just a great showcase.
This team loves Min-Woo Park, from the end of the bench to the training staff to the coaching staff. Love Min-Woo Park. He is so steady, gives you what you need. He's not going to be a consistent 25-point scorer. Okay, we got offsetting unsportsmanlike fouls. So the initial foul is going to go to Nash for the initial chicken wing on Emmanuel. Then E-Man's going to get an unsportsmanlike for swiping at the ball after the whistle. And then Nash is going to get an unsportsmanlike for the push as well. So 2 unsportsmanlikes going to offset. No free throws, just going back to the foul, and it's going to be Mounties' ball. So anyway, staying on the floor as well is Nash. We'll see if he can control himself a little bit. I mean, it was just, I'm glad you took it back to the basketball play, which is well done by you. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. 2 full-on pushes, a third elbow that finally gets called. And then even after that, then he gives him another shot. Like, I just don't, it doesn't compute with me. If a guy's trash talking you, I don't know, do something good and trash talk back. I don't know. What you don't do is what you just saw. Anyway, you got to give E-Man a little bit of the blame there too. If he did actually, and I like the way the referees did this to find a way to not penalize one team. I think the more egregious conduct is from the Seawolves, frankly, Mr. Nash. But if E-Man did follow up his talk with a swipe at the ball, then that's just not being disciplined. If you talk a guy into a silly play, then clap your hands, shoot the free throws, and be the bigger guy. What you don't do is that, and leave yourself open to an offsetting, because that would have been 2 shots in the ball. Now you don't get the 2 shots, you just get the ball. Anyway, Mounties' ball after all that. And as always, well summed up by by our resident Ian Allen. That was interesting. The steal by Brunn, intimidation factor, Tim Ellison. And Coach Chapman upset about something. He was upset on that one that the referee standing directly underneath the hoop didn't get the contact on Timmy Ellison.
And energy's high. I mean, frankly, a must-win for both these teams. They both would really want this one.
100%. This is must-win for everybody. Rashawn finds Noah from deep, short. Rebounded by Smerja. Good find there from Rashawn. Areola now, he's going to try to take Timmy. No good. Into the corner, though. Connors. Rashawn vacuums it in. Now, Mounties have numbers if they push smart. They do. Ellison. Adunya. Min-Woo. Good offense, though. Just missed shot. Connors to the corner to Areola. Areola popping a jump shot. No good. Min-Woo on the rebound. Ellison, the top of the key. Oh, Sean almost cut without receiving the ball. Adunya trying to get to the rim, gets it knocked away. It's going to stay with the Mounties. Haynes Lacey going to check in. Give Rashawn a little bit of a break. Rashawn, leading scorer so far today for the Mounties. Oh, Adunya from his spots. Oh, in and out that time. Nice box out there from Zmerja. Had it knocked away by E-Man, but back to Connors. Ooh, Connors had an opening there. Brun, back to Connors. Oh, pretty screen roll. Got that one to go, did Brun. That was a nice little pocket pass.
Go back to those easy plays. Little give and goes like that. That's what makes offense.
Timmy. E-Man on the follow. A little sweet little fadeaway from E-Man in the lane. Lead back to 12. 4:40 clock running third quarter here. Ooh, Brun, fancy, and a dish to Areola. Nice work, back to back by Brun. On the receiving end of a nice little pass once and dropping a dime the next. Oh, Noah, careless one there to Ellison. There was no space. Now numbers for SJ, they're gonna finish. Dove Khan, the rookie from Ottawa, pardon me, Toronto, laying it in. Lead back to 8 now, where we started this quarter. Minwoo, E-Man from deep, no good. Areola now on the run. He's got to have the ball. Oh, and Minwoo picks his pocket. Step through. Minwoo, no good. Ellison gets it rejected, but he's going to go to the line. Noah with the fake left-handed dunk attempt on the follow.
Great control of the boards. Great athleticism shown by Ellison. Don't give up on those. You can get those back. You can control that rebound, go back up with it with his size and his athleticism. That's a good play for him.
Keep
to
it
get
high.
to the line.
Keep it high, big man.
And he's comfortable at the line. He's comfortable shooting these shots. So if he can get there, get there.
Got a soft touch. We need to get Ian Allen a third headset.
I think so.
He likes to offer up some commentary. Perhaps you get some, as he walks by. We get some drive-by. On that one, he felt that the referee should have called the first one on Minwoo.
Sometimes I feel like you ever watch the Muppets and they have those old men making the comments?
That is Ian Allen.
Little drive-by commentary.
D'Lo, Paraman, back onto the floor. Zmerja trying to go to work down low against Minwoo. Good luck. Oh, another nice cut from Brun. Brun with a nice little sequence here for the Seawolves, moving without the ball. On the receiving end of a couple of nice looks.
Bit of a miscommunication.
Yeah, Haynes Lacey able to collect, but now stolen by Areola, and Mount A's gonna need a timeout. Lacey steals it right back, leaves it to E-Man for the lay-in. Back to 9. Lucky little bounce there from Mount A. Powder now. Going to come back in. Poramon watching Connors closely. Oh, nice defense there from Ellison, but in a good cut from Areola. Areola spins over his left shoulder and he gets it to go. And that's going to be a timeout. Mounties. So down to 7 here.
Yeah, they've allowed the Seawolves to gain some traction. Their tires were spinning a little bit, but they've really gathered themselves nicely. Maybe in the face of that little scuffle that we had, but they've sort of crawled back in, scraped themselves back into this game. Mounties just got to focus on keeping that defense locked down. Don't give the Seawolves any room to breathe. Hound them, and don't let them gain these runs. You want to challenge every bucket that you can.
Well, they've gone on this run. Brun's been fantastic during this run, moving without the ball. They've really done a good job of with their ball movement, keeping the Mounties on their heels a little bit.
Yeah.
And that smaller lineup, like we say, we talked about the Mounties with a big lineup. That can be an advantage, but use the advantage you have. You're smaller, you're quicker at some positions. You'll be going to be effective cutting off the ball if you time the cuts properly. And the backcourt's looking for you, you can take advantage. So they've done that a little bit here the last few percentages. We'll check the Coca-Cola out-of-town scoreboard. We'll just call it that until Coke inevitably comes on board and joins in. 7-point game in the Mount. Holland, 52-45 right now towards the end of the second quarter. So big game down in Halifax for the standings on the men's side. We talked about how tight it is up top at Holland and the Mount. The winner of that game wrestles back first place. Stu beat Holland in the second of two in a doubleheader there last weekend to give Holland their third loss. Mounts won 5 in a row on the men's side. Almost a turnover. Powder didn't have anywhere to go with it. So the Mounties scuffling a little bit here towards the end of the third quarter. Coach Chapman pointed to the half-court line, directing traffic on where Timmy should be coming to relieve some pressure. Don't need him that time. In clean, Min Woo. Yeah, and they're extending the pressure a little bit, the Seawolves. They're getting out on the Mounties a little bit higher. Powder turned the corner. He had a chance to go himself, but then turned it over, trying to force it into Timmy. Sometimes you got to take advantage of what's there. Powder, he had a chance for his own offense there. Zmerja now. Doesn't get through Min Woo, baseline. Lambert now dances in the lane, looking for it. And now it's got to go up. Managed to hit the side of the rim off the backboard. Did Zmerja, but rebounded by Powder. Min Woo now. Swung to Gabe. Gabe not there to Ellison. Another turnover. Zmerja picked his pocket.
And that's what they got to do. They got to capitalize on those turnovers that they're getting. Take advantage of the sloppy plays that the Mounties are giving them.
And Powder turned it over a couple times back-to-back there. Oh, nice move by Dilo. Paraman skips into the lane and finishes with the right hand. Lead back to 7. Robertson now back on the floor for SJ. Lambert, he wants to take E-Man baseline. Smart play by Lambert. E-Man had his hands down a little bit. Lambert recognized it, brought it up through.
Yeah, force yourself in there, bring the ball up, hook him a little bit, and you can get to the line.
That's a guy that's been scoring in this league for 4 years. He knows how to get to the line.
High IQ.
Oh, misses the first though, does Lambert. Stuck 7 are the Seawolves. Rims out both. Ellison collects that rebound. Noah McCarthy back on for the Mounties. He finds E-Man. E-Man! A difficult finish on the baseline with the right hand. Just the right amount of spin on that with the kiss. Lambert now. Little horn set up top. Oh. Areola thought that Lambert was open. I don't know. I think that was there. If Lambert had had a hand up, he might have been able to, but he wasn't looking. The point is he wasn't looking for it. He didn't think it was there. And it's going to be difficult to complete a pass when the guy that's receiving it isn't looking. Those
certainly complicates
things. It's a low percentage. Oh, man. Ferguson now, they just.
Couple turnovers this quarter.
They're having trouble completing a pass in the half-court offense. Turned it over 3 straight times on that penetration kick attempt. Seawolves are jumping that kick.
They're making him pay. They can't keep doing that.
Yeah. So into the lane goes McCarthy. Spins it in with the left hand. Again, looking for contact, not getting it, but pushing that lead back to 9. Noah getting downhill at will. So now 12 seconds, 11-10. Zmerja. Brun, he's going to try to go. That wasn't there. Oh, E-Man thought that was a countdown on the clock. That was just misunderstanding of, they were counting down the shot clock and not the game clock. So E-Man thought he only had 1 to get it up. So that was the earliest attempt on a half-court 3 in a while that I've seen. About 4 on the clock, but that's all right. No harm done. 69-60 as we go to the 4th. So again, Seawolves, the wrong end of a little run there, but still hanging around. It's a 9-point game. If they can keep it at this area, it's going to put a little sweat in the socks of the Mounties, knowing this is a big game for them as they head to Friday night's doubleheader against Crandall in here, which will be big, but they can't look ahead. But this is what Coach called it, a trap game. That's why it is. They're coming off a big, energizing, near comeback win in Stu, double overtime game. Now, You know, they got Crandall ahead of them. It's kind of one of those games. It's tough. Like, it's really tough. You got a team really needing a win, really needing it. And you're protecting, you know, 10-man roster. You got a big game, big week coming ahead of you. You know, it can be really tough mentally. Like, you can tell yourself all these things, like, don't let it get away from you. But in the moment, you're a human being. You know?
Oh, yeah.
And it's tough.
Hanging around is right. Seawolves are doing a lot of things right. When the Mounties, we saw it maybe 4 or 5 times in that quarter. Taking it down to the post, looking for a kick out, and a couple times it's worked, but it's resulted in maybe 4 or 5 turnovers in that quarter. Seawolves, a lot of the times, are making them pay, beating them in transition, getting a nice layup, sometimes even get some contact, going to the line. They're still 9 points down, and like you said, it's a mental game. Staying aggressive, making that one more extra step to really, really get on the Mounties' coattails. If the Mounties aren't going to produce offensively every single time, the Seawolves need to continue to make them pay and just get points where they can. Doesn't have to be pretty, but it's got to get done.
And like we said, they were taking advantage of what advantage they do have, being the smaller team, is a little bit of additional quickness at some positions.
Yeah.
Depending on the matchup. You know, Brun took advantage a little bit of Timmy Ellison there in that third quarter. A couple of cuts. Pocket passes there that they converted to him. So, you know, take advantage where you can. It's tough. They're in tough here. A 9-point deficit to start the fourth, though. So Areola, he's going to try to go on Haynes Lacey. Haynes Lacey does a good job bodying up, but a rebound basket to Smurja. Smurja trying to go up. Another pound. He still can't squeeze it. Back to Robertson. That's what he can do. Yep. Ewan Robertson can make threes.
Those rebounds, they help. Keep controlling those boards. The Seawolves are bound to get a good opportunity if they keep getting those offensive rebounds.
Now that's a place where they shouldn't have any advantage. Adunya cooking in the post. Little Kobe Bryant. Give me the ball, get out of my way. Let me cook in the post for E-Man. Areola in and out, secured by McCarthy. McCarthy now on the run. Hands it off to Rashawn. Rashawn wanted to hammer it.
Could have been vicious. Could have been vicious.
He wanted it. Knocked out of his hands. Timmy Ellison coming in to replace him. 9:01 on the clock. 8-point game now. E-Man. He's going to go in. Boy, looked like a lot of contact. Worked out well. Right to Timmy Ellison. Looked like a lot of ball, but it looked to me like, especially on the body, E-Man has earned a trip to the line. Oh, a block. The hyphenate. Haynes Lacey. Oh, look at that one by Noah.
Old school with the finger roll.
Little 1-2 easy does it that time. He knows when he needs to go max speed. He also knows when he needs to take it easy, and he plays under such control when he needs to. That was a difficult finish, too, that flip over the head.
A little bit of jelly action, bringing it right through. Seawolves really need to take advantage of some of their top scorers. They need to play through the hot hands right now, get some easy shots up.
Yeah, and they've been moving the ball well as Brun. Boy, he's been big in the second half, keeping him in it. Only 2 in the first half. That's at least 7 here in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Oh, and D'Lo has it knocked away. Robertson finishes. Back to 7.
Definition of hanging on. Every couple possessions, making them pay.
Yep.
Can't quite get rid of them that easy. And if they keep doing that, I mean, the lead is they're just exchanging blows right now. They just need to, again, make that one extra step. They can't quite seem to get in past that around 7-point mark. The Mounties usually maintain that pressure, but if they could stack a couple of those easy buckets up, we're back to a game.
Gets back to 2 and 3 points there, and if you let a little run here happen. So, Minwoo back to E-Man. E-Man wants it, gets it, doesn't make it. Rebound to Connors. Connors on the push. Haynes Lacey can't get the block. Finishing it on the run there was A.J. Nash. Back to 5. Min doesn't finish. Yeah, he's going to go to the line. Connors on the push. Min Woo. That's what's great about Min Woo. He kind of sizes things up. Okay, what do I need to be for my team right now?
Exactly.
They need me to create some offense, so I'm going to get downhill.
Just fantastic basketball IQ. I mean, you can't teach it, you can't learn it, but he's got it, and he's got the court vision to go along with it.
Yep.
And he's fine with playing his role. Again, like you mentioned, wherever he needs to be, he's going to be there causing a disturbance.
Yeah, he doesn't care how many points he scores at all, as long as his team scores more points than the other team. Run on the drive, the tuck. Looking for a tip. I didn't see a tip. I just saw a crooked pass. There was a good move by Brun. Good idea. Little football tuck move to protect it. Had a wide open guy in the corner. Just didn't execute the pass. I mean, it's a physical mistake. I don't think it was tipped, but they're pretty convinced it was. I didn't see it, but I've been wrong before, believe it or not.
Have you?
Yeah, once or twice.
I
Once or
don't know.
twice. The referees tell me that all the time after they watch these games. I have a lot of friends that are referees. Makes this an interesting job sometimes. I'm waiting to hear from a couple from the Dairytown the last few days once they go back and, oh, Haynes Lacey didn't put it away, almost paid for it. Now he's going on the attack, can't finish with the left hand. Back comes SJ, chance to pull it to 4 or 3 here maybe. Brun. There goes Lambert on the handoff. Nash and Adunya come together again. E-Man made sure to walk away from that one with his hands up.
It's beautiful. It's growth. We're learning here. But you see the Seawolves, they aren't really settling for too many outside shots. They're putting the ball on the ground, trying to get in there, and I think just create as much contact as they can.
Oh, boy.
Great inbound pass.
Smurja off the feed, and a good, and down to 4 now. E-Man off the curl. Had Noah open, now not as open was Noah. Now asking for the, rejecting the screen of Timmy. Noah, pretty finish. Spinning one in the lane. When you need 2, where do you go? How about the lead's leading scorer? That's a good idea. Oh boy, nice catch from Brun. The feed from Connors, they're just picking them apart.
I mean, the composure to really just in this quarter really step it up a notch. I mean, this is what they needed from the team, and they're getting it from themselves.
Yeah, man going baseline, gets it rejected. Back to the Seawolves. Chance to bring it to 2 or 1. Connors. Min Woo harassing him, beats Min Woo. Boy, nice move from Ethan Connors. Aiden Connors, pardon me. Down to 2 in the 4th here in Sackville. Mounties. McCarthy short on that one. Adunya does a great job, gets to that free throw line. Oh no, popping up at 3. No, that's not what they wanted. No movement after that offensive rebound. 78-76. They can tie or take the lead. Nope, turnover. Brent felt it was knocked out of his hands. Lucky break for the Wolves.
The Seawolves have been doing a better job of just getting it to the hot hands. So getting it to some hotter shooters and making some great plays.
Well, they've been doing what they do, which is play quick, cut, penetrate. Mounty's not going to be happy with the defensive tape, I don't think, at the end of this game, the same way they were against Stu on Friday. Min Woo turns the corner, doesn't go. On the end line, it's going to be now Seawolves, their 3rd foul of the quarter. 2 more till the Mounties shoot. Mounties only committed 1.
Looks like we have Min Woo inbounding.
Tries to get it to Tim Ellison, knocked away by Brun. Still 13 on the clock.
And that's what I'm fine with that. Get it to Ellison, get him in the post.
Yeah.
Or even Rashawn here.
Yeah, Rashawn needs to touch it a little more here in the next couple minutes. Noah turns the corner, gets all the way. can't finish, but Timmy's there, rejected by Smerja, and out comes Brunn. Brunn gets hit. And now another chance to tie or take the lead.
Because one thing I love about Rashawn is his efficiency. Like we mentioned, coming off a big game at St. Thomas, 20 points, 8 for 10 from the field.
He was 8 for 11 in the first half, so his shooting percentage is high. Get the ball. He hasn't gotten the touches, especially in this quarter. You got to go to him in this last 4.5 minutes a little bit. Put the ball in the hands of Noah as much as possible, but Rashawn's got to touch it. Rashawn and Noah have to be a part of the movement that you make.
But see, the Mounties, you know, taking a couple quick looks over at the scoreboard, seeing how much time is left. No doubt it's through their heads that they've allowed this team to come back from a double-digit deficit. Now it's all about just that mentality aspect. Make some smart plays, slow the game down, run some time off the clock where you can, and don't let these turnovers and these silly little missteps, don't let the Seawolves capitalize on that, and you don't want to pay for those little mistakes.
The bigger picture is you're up 2 and you're the better team. That's what you got to be
Stay
telling
composed.
yourself. We're up 2, we're the better team. So just do our stuff. Smerja wants it in the post against Minwoo, can't get it. Lambert back to Brunn. Brunn, sloppy close-up by Timmy. They're going to give up a 3 in the corner and the lead. They gave up the lead.
Great shot.
And
Great
AJ
patience.
Nash
Great patience.
talking to the football team over there in the corner. The guys have been getting on their nerves.
There's only a 2.
Oh, it's only a 2.
My mistake. They changed it to a 3.
They did put it a 3. Miss from Rashawn, gets it back, doesn't finish. It's going to be on the floor. Only the 3rd foul on the Mounties. They've given up the lead here.
I believe first lead of the game for the Seawolves.
Absolutely. 10 points. The advantage here in the 4th quarter to the Seawolves. Noah gets it wiped out of bounds as well. Smerja. That is, by my count, 6 blocks in this second half.
Just been a pest on defense on the league's leading scorer.
Absolutely. Timmy now trying to turn. Nope, he's going to get called for the travel. To me, I don't know if that's a travel, to be honest. Looked like Timmy kept his feet. It was a quick spin, to be sure. I don't think that was a travel, but here we are. Stuck 1 now are the Mounties.
With possession, Seawolves 1-point lead. Yep. I mean, I go back to the composure. This relatively young team, I mean, just finding it within themselves to really come back in this game. And I mean,
it's toughness. They've out-toughed the Mounties here.
They sure have.
They've out-toughed them.
They sure have.
Which is, you know, if you're the Mounties, that's an insult in your own building. You know, you've been playing well since the Christmas break. You played well 2 nights ago in Stewed, especially defensively. Steal a win there, and now you're stuck 1 here against the winless Seawolves. You know, but like we said, playing better lately, and now they've got some confidence. Now they know they can win this game. UNBSJ, they probably thought they could win coming in. Now they know. You've given them, the doubt is removed. They've got the lead in the 4th on you.
And when you unlock yourself mentally like that, the Seawolves are able to tap into a whole new level that they wouldn't have. They now have a feeling of the Mounties defense. A couple turnovers down the stretch didn't help the Mounties. And like you said, now the Seawolves, they know what they can do. They know their hot hands. They know who's shooting well on the court. The Mounties need to do the same thing. Return back to what's working for them. Slow the game down. Maybe Minwoo Park, primary ball handler. Get it to some guys that we know can score. Maybe Rashawn, maybe Noah, maybe even Ellison down in the post.
Let Noah play off the ball. Let him cook a little bit. Let the big guys have touches. What was successful for you in the first half? This is put up or shut up time for the Mounties. If they expect to be a team that is a factor on playoff weekend, this is a game you win 100% of the time. Connors, Smerja, Brunn. Went for the steal there, did Minwoo, didn't get it. Back rim and another offensive rebound.
That's been the story of the night.
For the Seawolves. They're getting all the loose balls. Outworked and out-toughed are the Mounties right now. They want, Lambert gets in there, no good. And it missed the rim, so turnover. Back to the Mounties. Other than positives, other than not securing the defensive rebound, that was terrific defense by the Mounties, that whole sequence. So
Oh, sure.
build off that now.
Just
Stops and scores.
Exactly. Stops and scores. Smother them where you can. And they really do need to clean up the boards. That has been a catalyst for some of the Seawolves' momentum coming through this game.
They're just quicker to the ball right now.
Yeah.
Whether it's block shots, offensive rebounds, balls on the floor, they are quicker to the ball than the Mounties right now. Not sure what the discussion here is. Usually some sort of a clock discussion if they're huddling up.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's clock or possession that they, because it did look like the ball did not graze the rim.
Yeah, the ball did not hit the rim.
Which would be a violation, Mounties ball.
What is the...
Looks like maybe a foul at the Seawolves' expense.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the discussion here is. I'm baffled. They missed the rim with a shot. The shot clock went off.
It looked like Lambert wasn't very happy, though.
Well, I suppose you throw up an air ball at the buzzer. It's that'll make you happy. I don't know what that means. Why? I mean, whatever they're calling.
And it looks like maybe it's in progress, but it looks like they've now changed the score back to a tie game.
Oh, that's what they're signaling, 2 versus 3?
When the Seawolves did originally have a 1-point lead, it looks like they've now rescinded it back to a 78-78 tie.
So I'm not sure. They've definitely, you're right, it's the score. They've changed the score. It's now a tie game. 3:17 remaining Mounties ball. I'm not sure who's 3.
Perhaps there was a review.
I think it was the Brun 3.
Right.
Or no, not the Brun 3, the Nash 3 from the corner where he turned. Remember, you said it was a 2 originally, and no, they've given him a 3?
They must have brought it back. They must have reviewed it.
Yeah, so they signaled 3. One of the refs signaled 3. But then they gave them 2 on the board, and then they added the 1. So they are saying now that it was only a 2, I believe. Okay, if that's the case, what's the discussion still going on for?
Perhaps it's just the general discussion of why was this such a late decision. Could be where coach of the Seawolves.
Coach Peter Vincent is he's having a chuckle about it. Coach is pretty, you won't find a much easier going coach in this world than Peter Vincent. He's going to roll with it. The guys don't agree, but what are you going to do? It is now a tie score. That 3 from Nash has been turned back into a 2. So we're all tied up here, 3:17 left.
That's big. We'll see where the momentum goes, especially for the Seawolves now.
Yeah, that gets you a little choked if you're a Seawolves fan. Noah spins in the lane, gets grabbed. He knows what the foul stance is. He knew that. Get himself into the key, take some contact, and get to the line. And Peter Vincent kind of smiling about it, going, that McCarthy, I think he's going, how do you get that call? And you can always depend on Noah. Noah, you look at his free throw shooting percentage, it's about 73%, I think he's up to now. I think that's where it is. I don't remember him missing, because in every important area, and this is going to be the huge announcer's jinx probably, nope, didn't do it. In every important area, he seems to make that free throw. 80-78 Mounties, the lead back. 3-point swing. Zemerge and Connors, they're playing a little zone here, the Mounties themselves. Oh, nice penetration. Only the 3rd foul on the Mounties. Nice move there by Connors. So 2 more fouls before the Mounties put the Seawolves on the line. 2:50 remaining. Only the 1st on Rashawn. Close out on Brun by Timmy. 10 on the clock. Harassing them defensively now. Into the corner goes Connors. Difficult fall away, no good. Rebounded again. That's going to be a foul on McCarthy. Mounties cannot finish possessions.
Again, the board man gets paid, and the Seawolves have collectively built One board man.
They are terrific on the boards tonight.
Yes, controlling the rebounds, and that's been a big energy shift. And you can't let, and as we call a timeout here on the floor from the Seawolves, you can't let the wind seep out of your sails. You have a little bit of a misstep like that from the scores change from the 3-point to a 2-point shot, effectively losing your lead. You can't let the wind leave your sails. You have to ride that momentum, stay on the wave that you were all game long, sniffing out sloppy plays from the Mounties and capitalizing on them in your offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, it's a mental thing. You lost your lead without doing anything wrong. You didn't get up a hoop and you lost your lead. Yeah, late in a game like this can be a little.
It's a difference maker.
Can be a frustration, I would say.
You gotta stay with the momentum that you had all game long. Keep that intensity up.
But that's the right call. I mean, if they are positive that was a 2 down there, I mean, you can't do anything about it. Whenever you notice it's wrong, you have to go back. And I think what happened there was a big stretch of end-to-end action there before there was a whistle.
Right.
And before when they realized it. So that's why all of a sudden it seemed like the discussion. So the Coca-Cola out-of-town scoreboard.
Okay, let's do it.
Holland's still up on the mount, 69-60, halfway through the third quarter down there in Halifax. So scoreboard watching, standing implications all over the place. Brunn wants Connors. Mounties want to run UNBSJ off the three-point line right now. Adunya gets his hands in on Connors and knocks it away. Risky play there. 7 on the clock. Lambert trying to get position on McCarthy. Nash now. Oh, they fumble it. Now they're going to have a tough time getting one off. Lambert forces one wide right. Another stellar defensive possession from the Mounties. Another shot clock violation. That's 2 in succession almost here. So back to the Mounties. Leaning finally on their defense. Stepping up. Been struggling. Oh, Adunya on the step back. Oh, boy. Confident looking stroke from E-Man. He's the man late. In Sackville. Up 5 are the Mounties. Big shot. Can those Seawolves respond? Brunn now. Looking inside for Smerja. He's going to try a fadeaway. No good. Timmy pulls down the board. Gets it to Noah. McCarthy back to Minwoo Park. To McCarthy. Oh,
and it looks like Brunn's down with an injury there.
The timing of that whistle, though. The timing of that whistle. Terrible timing on that whistle.
And Brunn very slow to his feet, shaken up in the St. John offensive zone.
Yeah, look, we want Austin to be all right. Don't get us wrong here. But the timing of that whistle, I mean, it had gone 5 seconds. Noah had a layup.
Yeah.
And then you blow the whistle.
Yeah.
And now, of course, Brunn pops up and walks off. I mean, it didn't look like there was no blood gushing from his head. It looked like he twisted his ankle, which is exactly what he's done. We want him to be fine. We want him to walk it off and keep playing. But you don't blow the whistle in that moment. I mean, just, oh boy, frustrating for the Mounties. But that's all right. Hey, look, again, bigger picture.
And when you have guys like Adunya, just steady from the three-point line, knocking down shots at big times.
E-Man's missed some shots in the second half. He hasn't been on point. Again, though.
When you need him most.
He's made some huge ones this year for the Mounties, has E-Man. Rashawn now on the attack, gets it to Noah. Big shot, back rim, rebound, Areola. Big one, big defensive stop there for UNBSJ. Still stuck 5. Three-pointer from the corner. Wide left, run down again by Nash. Another offensive rebound for the Seawolves. Lambert, though, loses it up top. Down there digging was Noah. Forced to miss. E-Man now, pulling it back. Now on the attack. and another little tussle there between Nash And E-Man.
And breaking into the zone had a little bit of a Penny Hardaway move there.
Yeah,
got some space, very effective.
Zmerja came in to offer E-Man his thoughts on the matter. The referee decided, I want you two to stop caring about what each other's thoughts are. Here's my thoughts. Get away from each other. Emmanuel Adunya.
These are big, big foul shots.
Makes the first one. This is going to be a giant sigh of relief for the Mounties. It's going to count. Would have been another one if he'd missed. So big possession for UNBSJ. This one, you need to make it a stop, and you need it quickly. You can't use the whole shot clock here. They're going to, though. The Mounties not giving them anything. Brunn, that's got to go up, and it does. Doesn't go, but another offensive rebound. And it's Nash again. He's had 3 or 4 of these. Min Woo reaching in. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't take that one if I'm Min Woo. He's got such quick hands. He trusts himself so much. But that one, 8 on the clock. Stops it. Seawolves can get it down to 5. The question is this such an awkward time? It's a 24-second clock. If you're down to 5, you let it play out. 15 seconds left, you get the ball back. Yeah, that's an awkward one. I think you got to start fouling right away.
I think so. I think right off this shot.
So you want to get it to the right guy. So Rashawn's going to take it out. You want to get it into Noah's hands. For sure into Noah's hands. But it goes to Min Woo. Min Woo's going to get it to Noah. Oh, he's going to be fouled.
I think that's the right play. Get them to the line.
Yeah.
Instead of getting them an easy bucket in transition from having the full court press instated.
Yeah.
Get them to the line. Maybe they miss a shot. Maybe they miss 2. 2 timeouts left.
Yeah.
Seawolves advance the ball. Maybe get a quick 3. You're right back in this game.
The bottom line is if Mount A makes the free throws, this game is over. But as we've seen many times before, free throws late are tougher to make than free throws early.
That's what they tell me.
You've heard? The rumor has it?
Yes, I think so. And, 2 big ones coming up for Min Woo Park. And like you said, he makes those 7-point lead with 37 seconds left. It's looking good for the Mounties. But we can't ignore it. They're lucky that they haven't let the offensive rebound numbers hound them more than they have.
Boy.
The Seawolves have definitely capitalized on that. But it could have made them pay a whole lot worse than having a 5-point lead with 30 seconds left.
With Rashawn and Tim against this smaller front court, you got to figure the advantage on the boards is going to be yours every single time to give up this many offensive rebounds to this team. I mean, there's plenty that Coach Chapman and McDougal could go back and talk to the guys about here after this game. I mean, look, you're going to be happy with any sort of win in this league. This is a classic trap game coming off a big win. Big week this week, the winless team in town. But when the winless team has been hunting for wins and coming close and getting hungrier and hungrier, it's definitely a trap game. To come out with a win here at all is going to be a big, big positive. But at the same time, you got to go back to the drawing board a little bit when you look at film. Coach Chapman's guys got to turn the music off with our guys shooting. He missed the first one, made the second one. Coach Chapman says, we lose by 1, guys. So a big make there by Zmerja. Turns the corner. It's only 4. They get it into Noah. Noah, they said Zmerja. They said it's knocked off his foot. The referee was emphatic there. Dave McGrattan, the veteran. So Noah's going to come to bull. Oh my goodness, and it's a turnover. He took a wild swing at Noah.
This could be big.
It was like a volleyball spike. I mean, I don't know.
I heard talking about the Super Bowl earlier. I don't know.
That's wild. A wild swing like that from behind, that hardly ever doesn't get called a foul. I mean, come on.
And timeout Seawolves down 4 with possession in your offensive zone. 25 seconds left. A 3 here could be a recipe for success for St. John.
Referees were very emphatic that he got all ball. They don't care that it was a wild swing. Okay. Looked pretty fishy to me. But, you know, there's a reason we're over here talking about it, and they're on the floor with their fancy shirts on.
I should get me one of these.
Looking swole in their fancy shirts, too. Looking swole over there,
of course.
So now, interesting. 25 seconds left.
This is a very interesting stance. This could be a big turning point for both teams.
Massive possession here for the Seawolves.
The one thing about this whole game, the Seawolves have never gone away. They've always just been pestering and doing their thing where they can, and it's brought them this far. Can they go that extra mile?
Big one here, big possession. They've just played a double overtime game. Can they force an overtime here in Mounties gym?
Yeah, both
Pardon
teams.
me, I think I said it was in Stu. It wasn't in Stu, by the way, fans. It was a home game in St. John. So a little zone here. Look from now. Can they double team it in the corner? No, but they get it inside to Areola, who lays it in
Great
for two.
pass. Great pass.
They still need to foul. They need to get it over. They need 8 seconds. They do. Timmy Ellison needs to get rid of it. He does. Noah comes to it. He's got to lay in. And he's going to get fouled. And one. That looked to me like a intentional as well. Yeah, how's that not intentional? I don't get it. No play on the ball. It was just a push in the back. You got to be kidding me. If Noah McCarthy commits that foul, he's kicked out of the game. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. I mean, the whistle involving Noah in this league is just, it's called differently when he's involved. I mean, that volleyball spike in the corner is one. I mean, I don't know if that doesn't get called against anybody else. And I don't know how he didn't get called for a push in the back there. I don't get it. Anyway, back to the action. The positive is, in a wild sequence, UNBSJ trying to get an 8-second call, almost got it. Ellison on the catch up the sideline from Minwoo. Got his pass tipped. McCarthy came and met it just in time. And then had a wide open layup. But, I mean, the push in the back. Whew.
And I like the strategy there. I like the strategy from the Seawolves defense. Almost forcing the 8-second violation, just narrowly missing it, but trapping Ellison above that three-point line in an area where he's not as comfortable as maybe some guards and some primary ball handlers.
Yeah.
But you can't neglect the post. You had two players. You had Noah and Rashawn both under the hoop. I mean, one of them's going to get there. It happened to be Noah that time. Now he's going to the line to shoot one.
Yeah, it was very smart. It was very, very smart defensively there, what SJ did. Some teams will panic and foul right away. They had the patience to trap an elite player, Noah McCarthy, force him to get rid of it. Minwoo came and met it as Noah makes it a 5-point game. 2-possession game, effectively ending things. They got to score quick here and hope. 3 forced up, not there. Haynes Lacey comes away with it. Seconds tick away, the Mounties escape with one. 89-84. Whoo! Sigh of relief as the Mounties move to 7-5. Still got a game advantage over some of the teams they're tied with in the standings, but yeah, staying on that 5th loss, huge for the Mounties. And they go into next week, big matchup with Crandall here. Gonna have all kinds of standings implications. So, Joe, man, this is fun, dude.
Thank you for having me. And it was
You back on Friday or what?
Oh, well, I'll be back. Don't you worry. Yeah, I think I'm with you the rest of the season if you don't mind having me.
Friday night, Joe and me back here in the new gym. We'll see ya, Crandall fans. Have a good rest of your week. Hey, go check out that game in Halifax on ACAA TV. Support the other teams. Take it easy. We'll see you later.